Nancy Fetzer's Sentence Building, Lesson 16, Learning about the Subject and Predicate. These are the things that you will need: the Subject and Predicate worksheet, the Who-What chart, and a pencil.
We are ready to begin. Today is our 8th grammar lesson. In previous lessons, you learned about nouns and verbs. Nouns are living things, places, and things. Verbs are action words or no action words. In this lesson, we will learn that we need a noun and a verb to make a complete sentence. For example, in lesson number 2, you learned to write the complete sentence, "The plane flew." We know that plane is a noun and flew is a verb. In today's lesson, you will learn that plane is not only a noun in this sentence, but a special type of noun. It's the subject of the sentence. We also know flew is a verb, but it's a special verb in the sentence. It's the predicate of the sentence. Look at our chart. This is called the Who-What chart. It is here to help us understand how to form a complete sentence with a subject and a predicate. Thanks, Who-What chart. Red light! Red light! Hey, what's going on? The red colors will remind us to stop and ask the subject-predicate questions to form a complete sentence. Here's our idea about a dog. Go to the subject. The subject question is, who or what? Who or what is our sentence about? Or, who or what is doing the action? The dog. Dog is our subject. Dog is a noun, a living thing. Dog is the subject because the dog is the doer of the action in this idea. When we ask who or what a sentence is about, that's a noun, a living thing, place, or thing. But these are the nouns that the sentence is mostly about. When nouns are subjects in sentences, they have special jobs. They are naming who or what the sentence is about. Next is step 2. That job is the predicate. The predicate always asks the subject, what about? What about the dog? The predicate will tell the action of the dog or what the dog is. Look, our action and no action verbs are on the chart under the predicate. Our action verbs will tell what the dog did. The dog ran. Yes, that tells what the dog did. But we know actions are powerful words. Let's choose a verb, an action word, that matches the exact action of the dog. Which one matches best? The dog ran. The dog scampered. Ran matches, but scampered matches best. Scampered means quick, light steps, most especially if you are excited. Let's use scampered in our sentence because it matches the action best. Let's build a sentence about the dog with no action verbs. Ask the predicate question. What about the dog? What is the dog? The words in the pointed finger show many common verbs that have no actions. Instead, these verbs connect the subject to words that rename or describe the noun. The dog is a puppy. The no-action verb is connects dog to puppy. Puppy renames who the dog is. Let's try another no-action verb, but this time we will use it to describe the dog. Ready? The dog. What about the dog? What is the dog? Describe the dog. The dog is adorable. The no-action verb is connects dog to adorable. Adorable describes the dog. Wow! You are becoming experts forming sentences. That means we are ready to form a new sentence. To begin, we need an idea, something to write about. Let's watch this idea about a frog. Wow, that was fun. Let's write a sentence that tells about that idea. Have your subject and predicate worksheet in front of you. Get into writing position. Sit up tall in your seat, feet flat on the ground, and have your pencil in your hand, ready to write. Go to your worksheet. This is where we will write 3 different sentences about the frog, using our who, what chart to help us. The first sentence is going to have a powerful verb. That's an action verb. Follow my steps to write a complete sentence with an action verb. Step 1, point to the picture and ask, who or what is this mostly about? A frog. The frog is the doer of the action in this idea. Step 2, go to the action verb. Ask, what about the frog? What did the frog do? The frog waved. That's what the frog did. The frog waved. Great job. Go to number 1 on your worksheet and write the sentence. The frog waved. That was fun. We wrote a complete sentence with an action verb. Next, let's write 2 more sentences about the frog, but this time using no action verbs. Step 1, point to the picture and ask, who or what is this mostly about? A frog. Step 2, go to the no action verb and ask, what about the frog? What is the frog? Rename or describe it. These are verbs with no actions. The verbs with no actions always ask, what about the noun? But instead of an action, they have the job of connecting the nouns to words that rename or describe them. The words in the pointed finger show many common verbs that have no actions. Instead, these verbs connect to the subject to words that rename or describe it. The frog is an amphibian. The no-action verb is connects frog to amphibian. Amphibian renames what the frog is. Go to number 2 on your worksheet. Write down the sentence. The frog is an amphibian. Excellent job. Let's try another no-action verb, but this time we will use it to describe the frog. Ready? Step 1. Point to the picture and ask, who or what is this about? A frog. Step 2, go to the no action verb and ask, what about the frog? What is the frog? Describe the frog. The frog is green and speckled. The no action verb is connects frog to green and speckled. Green and speckled describes the frog. Write down the sentence. The frog is green and speckled. Wow, we wrote 3 complete sentences about the same idea. The first sentence, the frog waved, is a complete sentence with a subject, the frog, and a predicate, waved. Waved is an action verb. The second sentence, the frog is an amphibian, is a complete sentence with a subject, the frog, and a predicate, is an amphibian, using is as a no-action verb that connects frog to a word that renames it amphibian. The third sentence, the frog is green and speckled, is a complete sentence with a subject, the frog, and a predicate, is green and speckled, using is as a no-action verb that connects frog to words that describe it, green and speckled. Congratulations! In this lesson, you learned that a complete sentence needs a subject and a predicate, and it needs to make sense. Super job! This was fun! You have finished Lesson 16. And after you finish your homework page, then you are ready to move on to Lesson 17, where the who what chart will return with all the other parts of speech to build fancy, sophisticated sentences.